Hello everybody, my name's Hocus Pocus, and things do look a bit different in today's video, and that is because we are not in the Let's Play world. So just quickly, I want to say that I am still enjoying the Let's Play series, there's nothing wrong with it. The work that I'm doing at the moment, however, is a little bit tedious, so I do want to take a small break from it, as I'm trying to get a lot of it done off camera so that I'm not boring you guys with the footage, because at the moment it's going to be very boring. So I think instead what we're going to do for today is I'm going to show you and create a tutorial for how to build the filtered silo storage system that I use in my wool farm that is being prepared in my Let's Play world for when the 1.14 update comes out. So without further ado, let's jump into the tutorial. Okay, so before you get started building anything here, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough room in your area that you're going to build the storage system in to incorporate this amount of space. So you need 3 of your chosen block to mark the front of the silo, and then behind the silo you're going to need a 3x2 and a 2x2 behind that in order to fit the redstone mechanism inside. So once you have all of that prepared and ready to go, the first step is to place a double chest in the central lane behind the initial blocks to make up the front of the silo, so the 3 stone slab blocks here. Coming from behind the chest, you need to place a redstone comparator into a block that has a piece of redstone on top of it. Alongside the piece of redstone, another block, and then below that block and to the side, you need to place 1, 2, 3. On top of those 3 blocks, you need to place a repeater coming out of this block and 2 bits of redstone dust, like so. Now that you have the first initial piece of redstone machinery into the build, you can go ahead and create the framework. So using 2 more of your chosen blocks, place 1 here and 1 there, and then you need to decide how many double chests you want inside of the system. So for us, we're going to be using 5, so you need to then go up 5 more blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then same on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then to cap this off, maybe you want to use some slabs like so, just to keep things looking neat and tidy. So let's pop back down to the build itself. And the next step that you need to take is to go ahead and pop a hopper on the back section of the chest here. So like so. Then you're going to want to place some chests in to facilitate your loot. The very first chest needs to start on top of the hopper there, and then it needs to hang over the side that does not contain redstone. So we're going to place another one right there. And then you can keep scaling these chests up until you have your desired amount. So we're going to place in our 3rd chest there, our 4th chest there, and finally our 5th chest right here. So once you have those chests in place, you can go ahead and create a hopper system that will allow items to filter through. So the initial hopper has to go right into the top chest like so, and then you can keep placing them into the side of each chest below the chest that is on top of it, if you understand what I mean. So here you have a hopper going into the side of this chest, but it's also below the chest that is above the chest that is feeding items into. So that will allow items to go into this hopper, into the chest, into the hopper, chest, hopper, chest, hopper, chest, hopper, and chest. And that will fill up the silo in an orderly manner. So now that you have the hoppers and chests into place, we now need to give the silo away to record whether or not there are items in each of the chests. So this can be achieved by placing blocks on each of the hoppers. So 1 there, and 1 there. And then you can also go ahead and place 1 down here to register the items in this chest. And to ensure that our system is going to be able to register and send a redstone signal into the lamps, you just need to place some comparators that are coming out of the chests and into these blocks here. And the same on the other side, so comparator here and comparator here. So in total you should have 5 comparators, 1 for each chest. And that will allow each lamp to light up when items are filling it in the system. So now that you've got all of the chests and hoppers into place and the comparators, you can go ahead and place your lamps. So starting from the 2nd block up, you want to place 1, 2, 3, 4, and finally 1 at the top for 5. So at this stage, your silo should be looking complete, because it is. The initial stage of this build is complete. And now we can move on to the water streams and the filtering system itself. Okay, so now that you have your silo set up, it's time for step 2, and that is filtering the system. So to do this, you're going to need the blocks that I have in my inventory here. You're going to need some blocks to place the redstone on. I'm going to be using cyan wool again. Some redstone dust, comparators, repeaters, torches, and hoppers. So here we go. Here is how you go about building yourself a filtering system. So the first thing you need to do is place a hopper that leads directly into the very top hopper in the system, like so. As you can see, the hopper is filtering into this one right here. And then coming out from that hopper, you need to place 2 blocks. You need to come down a block and out to the right. Get rid of this block. Down to the left. Oops, down to the left, get rid of that block, and then 1 more block right there. So you've got sort of an O shape that has a top left corner filled in, whereas the bottom right and other corners aren't filled in. So from this stage, you need to take a comparator, place it right here, some redstone dust on this block and some redstone dust on this block. Then you can bring your repeater and place it right in the gap there, making sure it's coming from this block to this block, like so. So make sure it looks like this. And then you want to place a redstone torch on this block right here. And then once you've got all of that into place, this step is very important. So make sure that you place the hopper in this exact way. The hopper needs to be facing into the comparator. So make sure you go ahead and place the hopper like that. And then once you can see that the hopper appears as though it's filtering into the comparator itself, that is when you know you've got the placement correct. So this is how you set up the filtering system. It's very basic. Once you've set it up, however, you need to position 18 plus 4. So, sorry, is it 18 plus 4? Yes, 18 plus 4. So 22 of your desired item to be filtered into this hopper, but you have to do it in a specific order. So I'm going to be using stripped oak logs for this. So let me just grab some of those. Here we go, right there. So I'll take 64 of those, and you need to position them like so. So you need to put 18 in the first slot. So that's 9, 18, and then just a single of each into the final slot. So in total you have 22 blocks, but they must be positioned in this way to filter correctly. And once you have done so, you can go ahead and test it. So if we throw one in, you can see it makes its way into this hopper, and this hopper almost acts as a sort of buffer. So if we go ahead and throw another one in, this one will be ejected into the system. And if we come down here, you can see the first light is on because the oak log made its way into the bottom chest. Perfect, so we can see that the thing is working and in action. And that will lead us into step 3, which is the water streams. Okie dokie guys, so as you can see, I went ahead and set up 2 more silos with different colored stripped logs for the facade. This is just so that I can demonstrate the filtering aspect of these builds, so that we can run water across all 3 and hopefully filter some of the blocks that we're looking at. So without further ado, let's jump into step 3, which is water streams. So for this step, you're going to need some blocks and some water. It's as simple as that. So first of all, you need to create a channel for the water to run through, and the water is going to have to pass over these hoppers right here. So you're going to want to make sure that no water can escape from either side, otherwise it's going to go ahead and destroy your redstone mechanism. So be extremely careful when you are working on this section of the build, and I can't stress that enough because it is extremely dangerous to be playing with water around redstone mechanisms, as some of you guys probably know. So just make sure that you don't spill any, make sure that you don't break any blocks without double checking what's underneath them, because it can lead to disaster if you don't do that. So we are just going to go ahead and position in some blocks like so. As you can see, we're just creating an encasement for the water to run in. So it's going to have to be a channel that runs, whoops, not there. It's going to have to be a channel that runs over the top of the hoppers that sit directly above everything else in the silo. So these are the hoppers that are filtered. At the moment, this is the only one that we've filtered, so we probably should go ahead and get these 2 filtered as well. So we're going to need some birch, some stripped birch, there we go, and some stripped dark oak. So as I said, 22 items in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, then 1 in the rest of each of those. And then the same for the dark oak, so we're just going to place 4 in like so, and then 18 in the first slot. There we go, and we can get rid of both of those stacks. Okay, so now that we have the channel for the water to run in, we can go ahead and lay the water down like so. And you're probably going to need some ice here as well. So let's grab some packed ice. I did forget about that before I started building. And we're also going to need some signs. Whoops, sign, it should say. And whenever the water stops like this, you just want to knock out a block in the bottom of the channel. Place an ice block, packed ice, and then put a sign down. And then you can go ahead with your next water stream. So items that stop here will just carry on over the ice and into the next water stream. So this water stream should work fine. Of course, most of you are going to have water elevators that run up to this, or other devices that stream items into the system, and that is totally fine. Anything works as long as the items make their way into a stream that runs above the hoppers like this. So now we can go ahead and test the system out. So let's get rid of all of this good stuff. I'm just going to throw in a birch log and a dark oak log just to make sure that the buffer hoppers are up and running. There we go. Look, you can see them go into their filtered hoppers like so. So let's grab a bunch of each of these. So stripped oak, we are needing stripped birch, and we're also going to need some stripped dark oak logs. So if we go ahead and chuck all of these stacks in and then take a look, you can see they make their way through. And if we come down to the bottom, the lights are about to turn on because we have in the first chest stripped oak logs coming in. That matches this design right here. In the middle chest, we have stripped birch logs coming in. That also matches the design of the silo. And finally, in the third chest, we have stripped dark oak logs coming in, which again matches the facade of this silo. So that's how things work for the filtered silo storage system. I hope this has been some help to you guys. I really do like this design, and I think it works great in Let's Play Worlds because you can easily incorporate the silo design into your base because it looks so good. And again, it's quite simple to build as long as you follow the tutorial to the letter. And I just hope that you can put this to some good use. So thank you for being with me today, guys, and watching this tutorial. I know it's something slightly different to what you're used to, so I hope that you guys don't mind. And as I said earlier, I hope that you do find this useful. If you did, then drop a like down below. That will help the channel out and also help to spread awareness of this system, which some of you know, some of you don't know. And I'm guessing this is going to be quite useful to a lot of players. Also, if you have any questions about this build or anything in general, drop those down in the comment section below. Or any suggestions, maybe you want to see more tutorials. If you do, also drop that down in the comment section below. And finally, if you are new around here, then be sure to subscribe because we do have a long-running Let's Play series on this channel, which quite a few of you are getting into right now. So if you do want to stay tuned for that, then of course, subscribe so that you can hang around. Alright then guys, so once again, thank you very much for being with me today and spending time out of your day to watch my video. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.